It's time for another tale from the glass-guarded world. Ashley plays Terra Dane, the human fighter. Josh is Zartok, the tiefling wizard, and Gaston, the rogue and bard. Jessica is Coral Petricor, the Genasi druid, and Mama Sass, the half-orc bard and barbarian. Chris plays Aster Fortuna, the half-drow rogue and bard extraordinaire. Our friend Paxton has left us again, this time to go be a hero in World 83. The rest of us must decide how to handle a village full of angry gnomes and what to do next. And Zartok wants to fix up some old decrepit spelljammers for some reason. And what about those magic jars the far-off one gave him? And what about Laverian? It's too much for a humble bard to handle. Fortunately for us, I am not a humble bard.
This afternoon, you arrived in Benorthen. Then you visited Paxton in the Department of Enchantment and Charms, and you were surprised to find him awake. Zartok went to look at the ruined Spelljammers in the research facility's hangar, and Paxton, Terra, Coral, and Aster had a chat with Olgabar, which turned into a fight with 4 doppelgangers. You defeated them, stopping the last one from escaping back into World 83. Bilby Bourbon Durbin and the Garden Gnomes then confronted you, furious about the harm that has come to the village since your arrival. You seemed taken aback by their reaction. Paxton tried to verify that none of the people in the village, gnomes or refugees, were doppelgangers using Zone of Truth, and he didn't find any doppelgangers, but you're not sure if everyone in the village has been checked. Paxton decided to re-enter World 83, hoping to determine what was really going on with the doppelgangers there. It's getting late now, with the sun going down soon, doing that weird thing where it disappears over the horizon. Well, I guess it's weird to some of you, not to all of you. What do you want to do? Zartok, do you want to go back to working on the ships? Is everyone going to rest, or do you need to talk and plan? Where does everyone sleep? What's the plan?
That's an evil question. The sleeping question. All right, everybody sleep in the same room.
Yeah.
I have a non-character that I am currently playing question.
Okay.
Is Dibrin a doppelganger? If Dibrin is not a doppelganger, can she try to do something to figure out what's going on with Billy Bourbon Durbin? Is that the right name?
Sure. Yeah, Dibrin Pilk is not a doppelganger, and she could have a conversation with Bilby Bourbon Durbin if you want.
I'm just saying that I don't know if I can get back into that character after this long, but technically it's one of my characters, and
Sure.
I feel like she's got some loyalty to these guys. So if Billy Bourbon Durbin is acting weird, she might try to figure something out. That's all I'm saying.
Do you have access to the character sheet?
Yeah, I've got it's on D&D
Okay.
Beyond.
Okay. Well, then I guess make an insight roll.
Interesting.
I had Mama Sass and Coral ready to go, but not Dibrin for, obvious reasons. What dice do I trust? None of them.
I feel like we need more guards in World 83.
Well, she got a good insight.
Okay.
17.
Dibrin's impression is that Bilby Bourbon Durbin has snapped. That is,
Okay.
This was the last straw.
Okay, this is a doppelganger who is
Right.
trying to hide things. She's just ticked with, they're ticked with all the damage.
The repeated damage to the village and the fact that 2 garden gnomes have died.
Yeah.
It's not the way that the village has traditionally operated. They like it, and Bilby Bourbon Durbin likes it, when things stay the same, they're nice and predictable, nothing is scary or frightening or new, and she has just had enough.
Okay.
She has finally hit her limit.
Cool. Then that's once Dibrin confirms it's not they're not a doppelganger. There's no doppelgangers that Dibrin's aware of. She'll just go about her day. Yeah.
Okay. So what is everybody else doing? Do you need to chat about anything? Zartok, do you want to resume working on Spelljammer repairs?
Yep, that's what Zartok's doing.
Okay, make an intelligence check.
Coral says, I don't think that you should go by yourself, Zartok. I mean, maybe we got them all, but maybe we didn't. So somebody should go with you. I don't think we should be alone here for now.
Okay, why don't you volunteer one of your 3 characters?
Technically, Dibrin's not really mine anymore, but sure.
Mama Sass would be the most useful.
Mama Sass will go with you. She makes the most sense.
All right, yeah. Thanks for looking out.
So Mama Sass is going to go with Zartok. Zartok, make that intelligence check.
21.
It occurs to you, Zartok, after looking at the condition of these ships and thinking about your knowledge of them, that it would be a good idea to move your own ship to the port so that you can use it for reference and use its own repair tools on the other ships. And you may also want to go to the library in the Department of Divination and see if you can find some books on Spelljammer engineering.
Okay, good idea. He'll do all of those things, unless someone stops him.
Are you going to fly the ship to the port first? Are you going to the library first, or what are you doing?
We will fly the ship to the port first, and then make the mile-long journey to the library.
Okay. And is everyone else staying on the ship, or what's everyone else doing?
I don't know about Tara, but I wanted to talk to the guards by World 83 and maybe put a stopper on letting people get back in, like to get out.
Yeah, Tara's going to be doing a similar thing, which is like all of the World 83 refugees here have lost Olgabar, who was kind of their leader. So it's going to be bulking up security on World 83, stopping people from going in and out, and also finding someone who's bulking up security for basically all of them, because who knows? My understanding last time, all the World 83 people would easily Zone of Truth answer, but the gnomes we were having a hard time with.
You're not sure if you got all of them.
We don't know if we got all the World 83 people or all of the gnomes.
Well, both. You're more confident in getting all the World 83 people, but you left most of that up to Olgavar to figure out who's here, and you don't have quite the same kind of roster or inventory of people that he had. So you think you've got everyone.
Is there anyone who was working with Olgabar who would know?
Well, we could talk to the guards and find out.
Yeah. I mean, there's this guard, Braille, who you've talked to several times. She looks exhausted. She's had a bunch of shifts lately.
Who was the one that I told to guard and that there was going to be a doppelganger coming at him? And he was like,
Braille.
Was it Braille?
That was Braille, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one remaining World 83 guard right now.
Gotcha. I definitely want to talk to her.
At the moment, the refugees are deferring to a dwarf named Grothin the Goldfingered, and you know that he was the president of First Bank in Arrival, and he's sort of taking charge since Olgabar is not around anymore.
All right.
Do I know for sure that he answered the Zone of Truth question?
He was there when Paxton used the Zone of Truth spell to determine who is and isn't a doppelganger.
Okay.
So, Tara, do you want to go talk to Braille or the Goldfinger?
Well, I think Braille needs more than just Braille to be guarding, so I think we need to talk to Growth and the Goldfingered to reset up kind of guard shifts and also strengthen them so that it's more than 2 people, and also see if anyone notices anyone who wasn't in the Zone of Truth, because we need to point those people out.
Well, also, I think it would be important to kind of just feel out Mr. Goldfinger and find out where he lies. Olgabar was a pretty much, I feel like, an easier sell for leadership. We don't know much about the Goldfinger, what his intentions might be out here. We want to just have a conversation with him and feel him out,
I guess,
before we give him leadership roles. Then again, the people of World 83 just seem to be doing fine following him.
I mean, we can talk to him if Mike remembers his voice, but mostly just, that he's not a doppelganger is a great start. And that I know that is great. And people are listening to them, also good.
Right now, you're all, except for Zartok and Mama Sass. Actually, I don't know. I mean, have Mama Sass and Zartok left yet? Have they already taken the ship to the port?
Yes.
I assume they've left.
Yeah, I guess so. And I guess you took Ansna, Gerlos, I don't know, Lumpen with you?
That's up to them. They don't have to come.
I think they probably would go, unless you want Lumpin to stay or anything.
That's all fine. We have the horse.
It depends on if they want to be part of the montage or not.
You want to talk to Grothin. He is talking to Bilby Bourbon Durbin and then talking to some of the refugees. He's not dressed in the fancy clothes he was when he exited World 83. He's got some simpler clothes on now. You want to talk to him?
How is his conversation with Billy Bourbon going?
He looks like he's trying to calm her down. She doesn't look terribly happy, but she sort of huffs and walks away back toward her house, her little home in the dirt.
Tara's also not happy with how that conversation went, but kind of just needs her to give her space, so she's going to let her give her space. But I feel like Billy Bourbon has forgotten that they had a whole troll problem that was killing gnomes in the first place, and we helped them deal with that, and like she's being ridiculous and rewriting history right now.
Can I just say Coral is not with any of the group. Which is going against what she told everybody else. She's at the meeting hall and she's trying to fix things.
Okay.
She's got the mending cantrip, and so she's just spending time trying to fix stuff to mend some fences and some building.
Okay.
Some chairs.
Coral is trying to fix things in the meeting hall, and there are gnomes there as well trying to fix it up, and they appreciate Coral's efforts, even though they look pretty grumpy.
Sure.
You can see that Grothin, the dwarf, walks toward the fortress, and he's got Braille with him. They're walking toward the fortress. Do you want to talk to them?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, he sees you approaching. He says, "Oh, what can I do for you? Quite a mess we got here, eh?"
Yes, it is. So we know Braille is going to need someone else with her future guard shifts, but I think we should also increase all of them, and people should not be going in and out of World 83 for the time being as well.
Oh, I agree with the latter part, but the first part is going to be difficult. We don't really have enough refugees, they're not all soldiers, don't have enough people to take all the shifts, and don't really have anything to pay folks with, and nothing for them to spend the money on if we did pay them, except food, which the gnomes seem happy to share. So, I don't know. I suppose we could put some untrained folks on duty with the guards that we have, just to have another warm body there.
Do you know, in a rough estimate, how many guards are left?
Oh, well, we currently got 10.
Oh, boy. That is rough.
They work in shifts of 2. Well, they did. Suppose we could have everyone work a few more hours, or we could substitute in some untrained folks. You got any magic, that fancy magic we could use? Oh, I agree, no one should be going in or out. But I don't know if we got the force to keep people out.
I would prefer that some untrained folks join with trained folks so that we can spread the load a little bit. Just because I can tell Braille has had many, many shifts and that she's exhausted. And I'm sure that all the other guards are as well.
Well, you think you could spread some of that fancy adventuring money around a bit? I could pay him a bit better.
You just said that there's nothing to spend money on.
Yeah, but it's a morale booster, Everybody likes the shiny stuff.
Right. Do I remember Grothin from Arrival?
He was a president of one of the biggest banks.
Yeah, it sounds real. Does it sound more like Grothin's talking about his own desire for money? Or do people actually desire money right now?
Yeah, you don't know. I guess make an insight check.
I'm great at those. Let's do it.
All right.
I haven't contributed, so I won't.
I don't even think I need to look at my negatives. Hold on one sec.
Oh, boy.
Okay. I rolled a 3.
Can
Three.
my passive of 21 or 20 do anything?
Oh, yeah. I guess my passive insight is 11.
Okay. Yeah, as far as you can tell, he's just trying to solve problems. Astro, you get the same sense. He's just trying to figure out what to do to encourage people to chip in, because he's worried about people going into World 83. I mean, it occurs to all of you, keeping people from exiting is super easy. Keeping people from going in, that's hard. Because there's only 2 guards at a time. If you add another one, okay, 3 guards. It's not hard to keep people from going in.
Why are people wanting to go in?
Well, you don't know that anybody is. It's just that if somebody did want to go in,
It'd be more difficult.
it would be more difficult to keep them out than it is to just let the lid stay on the jar and keep people inside.
So when he's talking about gold, I want to ask, Mr. Goldfinger.
No,
I have
nope. Grothin.
Grothin.
My name's Grothin.
Sorry, Grothin. Mr. Grothin? Sir Grothin?
Sure.
Sir Grothin. Are you filling in for Olgabar? It seems like the people have turned to you for direction in this time of need.
Well, I'm used to organizing things, you know. So, yeah, that seems right.
How do you feel about that? Is it overwhelming?
Somebody's got to do it.
That's true.
I've run more complicated organizations than just a bunch of, rabble trying to
Survive.
eke out a hard life in a village. This is child's play.
What keeps you here?
Well, it's different. It's a different life. You run a successful bank for 150 years and make a whole lot of money, and you buy some nice things, and then what do you do, So it's different. I got a chance to get back to some of my stoneworking. I've been doing a little bit of that, and I took up a little bit of gardening. That's nice. The gnomes helped me with that. And, chance to explore some hobbies.
So a change of pace, you could say.
That's it.
Can I do a insight roll for this?
Sure.
I just want to see if, it's like he's being sincere, that's all. If it sounds sincere.
It's very important to know whether he's lying about gardening.
No, I want to know if, he really wants a change of pace, or if he's just saying that he wants.
I know.
That's what he wants us to hear. 14. Can I revert to my passive?
Yeah, you can revert to your passive. Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Okay. I mean, the people definitely appreciate it, and we appreciate you for taking on this kind of responsibility.
Yep. Oh, gotta be done. We appreciate you. Well, I guess whatever you're doing, gallivanting out in the world, it'd be great if we didn't have things exploding here,
It sounds like I think that Billy Bourbon Durbin is just upset at the moment. I don't think she's trying to exit all of the refugees from World 83, but as we explore the world, we are taking notes about the situation, the locations. Currently, there's not a lot of safe places necessarily, but there might be a place out there that might be a good place to relocate, start a new life if it doesn't work out here. Just as a thought.
Well, that's kind of you.
Sir, we can't currently let people relocate because it's important that we watch World 83.
No, I understand, but I mean, there has to be an end goal here.
Yeah, but we can't do it right now while people are still in the world. It's just not. Of course, I've been scouting places for my parents to move to all the time, but there's no really good option right now when they're still in the world, and so is everyone else's family, which is great reason to guard the world. And I'm sure we can work out some sort of payment to our guard volunteers.
Hey, mate, I got an idea. You're out there exploring the world. Maybe if you find something interesting and bring it back for them.
That could work.
What kind of things are they missing right now?
Oh, well, I suppose the food choices are somewhat limited. I don't know, some kind of entertainment. Yeah, something different to liven things up.
Okay, I think we can definitely do that. And in the meantime, we can also offer some bonuses to our people who are helping guard the world and everyone's families and their friends that are still in there.
Right. Sounds good. Well, I'm off to see if I can get things a bit more
there's
organized.
One other thing.
Oh, I don't like the way that sounds. What's that?
No, it's just, to my knowledge, I saw a whole lot of people of our World 83 refugees speaking with Paxton under the Zone of Truth, But if you or anyone else who you know was there recognizes someone that they think missed out and actually wasn't there, we need to know about that person and be careful of that person. And I do actually have something. And I hold on, let me go find the name of it. I believe it's called Honesty Pairs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, way
Awesome.
back.
That's awesome.
I would like to give the Honesty Pairs to Grothan, the gold-fingered, and I would like him to use those on anyone he thinks that maybe missed out, and say that this. Hold on, let me look back at what the Honesty Pairs do.
Honesty plums.
Yeah, good enough. Honesty plums. There we go.
Honesty plums. Yeah, they're zone of
And
truth
they-
plums. But
They make people be brutally honest.
that's right. Someone who consumes an honesty plum must be brutally honest. Not just honest, but they must be brutally honest in what they say. Unless they make a saving throw, I suppose. Okay. And so you're going to give him a couple honesty plums?
Yes. To use on, to question anyone who maybe wasn't at that gathering. But
All
we're
right.
not-
Well, I know there were a couple missing. Koldik, a couple others. I'll see if I can make sure they're not some of those weird, gray, lumpy creatures.
Don't confront them alone. Confront them with
Oh, right.
people who can help you.
Good point. All right. I'll do that. It's getting late. I'm going to get things organized. Good night.
Goodbye.
Good night.
As he leaves, Tara. No, you're absolutely right. Immediately we can't relocate. But we do have to, in the back of our head, if for some reason we can't get Billy Bourbon Durbin to agree to let the people stay here. If she's that angry with them, we either have to think
What
about...
is she going to do?
Well, I mean, it is their place. We don't want to start something. I know they're going to recede, but is that the way
Tara's
we
face
want to...
says that she'd be totally fine starting something.
Oh no, I can tell. But Tara, we don't want to be seen as tyrannical. We're heroes.
Yes, and we're protecting an entire world of our friends and family and other people who live in World 83.
That's true, but we're the
So they can't
visitors.
kick us out. And it's just not an option. We've helped them. We've continually helped them. They've helped us back, but we can't control that some crazy doppelgangers came in here. And we're trying to control it. And for some reason, she thinks that us leaving is going to control it. A doppelganger would massacre their entire village. Just like the trolls were massacring their entire village. Billy Bourbon is really heated right now. But if Billy Bourbon continues to have issues, I will continue to talk to her and remind her of all that happened before we even got here.
I understand that, but I mean, in her defense, the doppelgangers...
There's nothing to defend her right now. We can't let everyone out of World 83 and
But
populate
Tara-
the entire world because there's no room in anywhere else in the world.
Captain-
Like everywhere in the world, other people already are.
Captain,
But Aster, there's no options. We have to be here and we have to protect the world and we have to protect all of our
but
people.
there is options. The doppelgangers are only here because of us, technically. And secondly, if worse comes to worse, they could return to World 83, the people here. And when an appropriate time, when we've secured this world, they could come back out. They don't
Then our
necessarily...
world's not protected.
Yeah, but we could keep some of the guards out in the posts here, but if...
But then there's still people who Billy Bourbon is asking to leave. And shouldn't we have more guards than less?
I understand, but we could work something out with Billy Bourbon Durbin. We could
And
come
we
to
will.
a middle ground.
But what she's going to agree to is that we need to stay here.
This seems to be a very sensitive subject for you.
Yes, I care about the people who are still in World 83, and I want to continue to protect them. And I want to continue to protect the people who are here, which is why we're trying to suss out this whole doppelganger issue and fix it before it becomes a problem. And unfortunately, Billy Bourbon doesn't want to agree to that because she doesn't really see the actual dangers.
I understand, and I care about World 83 too, Tara. But I also care about the feelings of these gnomes, and this is all new for them. They've never experienced this kind of situation before.
All that new? I mean, they were being attacked by trolls and, all those other things that were coming around. They were scared all the time. Suddenly they're not scared all the time.
But it was familiar to them. This is vastly different. What I'm saying is that it should be important not to hammer down
well,
our
that's
law.
why I didn't, fight Billy Bourbon Durbin when she was trying to get me to fight her.
I know, but you're coming off super strong. I just mean...
I gave her space. She is gone to cool down, and I will continue to talk to her, but our people aren't leaving. It's just not an option right now.
That's fine. I'm just saying that when we engage in the conversation, come at it more empathetically.
You're coming at it in a way of let's shove all our people back in the bottle. That's
no,
crazy.
I'm just giving you an extreme example of what that conversation
An extreme
could be like.
example of a bad compromise?
No, I'm giving you an extreme example of what Billy Durbin might say so that you're aware, so that we can engage in that conversation with a level head. And this could be our example of how not to react when she suggests those things to us.
I don't think she would be so crazy to suggest those things.
I understand.
Tara's circlet of leadership says, sometimes a leader has to lay the hammer down.
Yes.
Well, I follow you, Captain Tara. This is just advice from a lonely bard. You can take it or leave it. I also had ideas about maybe once this all clears with everything that's going on, the Spelljammer would be a great source of providing imports from outside of the island, getting resources to the people of the island.
Aster, if it weren't for World 83 and our need to protect it, then I would take everyone to Rockthrak. That would be a great place. They continue farming. They're isolated in their own little zone. It would be fine. But that's just not the situation that we have right here, and so I don't want to do that.
No,
I don't know why Billy Bourbon thinks that these gnomes aren't capable of killing themselves, because we've seen a million of them in the freaking dungeon.
But Tara, I'm not talking about right now. I'm thinking of the future.
Yeah, trust me, I've been thinking of the future. I have an entire list written down of places my parents could go live.
No, I mean, my suggestion was about the Spelljammer, about using it to provide resources to the people here that are still on the island protecting the world. The Spelljammer is a great...
Yeah, that's what he asked for. He asked for some food and some entertainment. Sure, we can do that.
All right. Well, I'll cut this conversation short. I'm sorry if I offended you. That wasn't the intention.
I'm just trying to protect everyone, but, I can't let Billy Bourbon get in the way of that.
Yeah. But we can be diplomatic about it, and we will.
And I have been.
No, I know. I'm not judging you, Captain. It just sounds like both sides are very upset right now. I'm just trying to be the middle person, just trying to make sure everybody's feelings are okay, so that when we do have that conversation, it's a level-headed conversation. And I'm not trying to say anything. I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
Well, like I said, we're letting Billy Bourbon calm down right now. She went back to her little hut.
That's true. I mean, I understand what it's like to lose somebody you care about. I know how that happened. Not really understand the situation. So, for some reason that impacted me more than I thought, seeing her that way after she lost her people. That's all. Alrighty then. And then I walk away.
Oh man, I was worried that Aster was going to have to dimension door out of that pit he just dug himself into.
I guess, Coral, you stay up for a while helping the gnomes with the building. Zartok has parked the ship and gone to the library. Where's Tara going? Is she going to her room in administration? Is she going to the Spelljammer?
Okay, so the Spelljammer is not parked at the docking bay yet? It's
No,
still just
well,
here?
I don't know. It sounds like Zartok already took off with it and parked it in the port.
Okay, so I guess Tara's going to stay in the that great hall area where everyone was staying. She's not going to go all the way down to her room in administration. She's just going to watch people. She's concerned about someone attacking.
Okay, so you're staying in the Hall of Scholars, which
I
has
believe that's what it's called.
which has
Where
the
it has
pathway.
the secret entrance.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll stay there.
So you're just going to just get a bedroll and lay down where? By the illusionary wall? Or
Is anyone in the big chair?
no one's in the big chair.
Tara's gonna sit in the big chair.
Okay. It's not a comfortable place to sleep, but you could do that.
That's okay.
And where is Aster going?
I'll get on Sylphonia
Uh-huh.
and fly towards the Spelljammer.
All right. So you're going to go join Zartok and, well, join the rest of the crew at the port.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know what they're going to do next. I'm going over there to contemplate that conversation
Okay.
with Sylphonia at some point.
Let's go back to Zartok. Oh, I guess, Coral, when you finish up, what do you want to do?
The way to get to the Spelljammer port, like on foot, is back through the
Hall of
Wizarding Club.
Scholars. Yeah,
Yeah.
go down the stairs and... Yeah.
I head back that way, and then I find Tara sitting on the chair, and I'll just drop my bedroll there and hang out with Tara.
Okay.
Hey, Coral, how'd it go?
I fixed some stuff. They still seem pretty ticked, but I did some mending. I don't know if it did any good, but I don't think it hurt anything.
Coral, the furniture that you worked on repairing is all in good shape now, except for the stuff that was melted by that cloud of acid.
Sure.
That wall that they tried to shore up, it's probably going to have to come down, but they've kept the whole building from collapsing. So that wall is going to have to be rebuilt. But you were able to salvage some things, and they're happy with that. Now, you guys, I just want to make sure you guys understand that room where the chair is, that's not the Hall of Worlds by World 83, right? That's a different building.
Yes.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure. Coral and Tara make a temporary camp in the Hall of Scholars, in that great hall where the chair that had Rickert is located. Everyone else is at the port, except for Zartok, who has gone to the library. Is he taking anyone with him to the library? Or is he just going to the library by himself? I mean, it's a perfectly safe trip. I just wanted to know if you're getting anyone to go with you.
Yeah, well, I was told not to be by myself, so Zartok will bring Ansna.
Okay. All right, you bring
She seems
Ansna.
like a library type.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
she
right.
looks like a reader.
Zartok, I want you to make a perception check once you're in the library to look for books. And you know what? Roll with advantage. Ansna will help you.
Looking for books. Looking for books. Perception. First roll's a 17.
Okay.
And second roll's lower than that, so we'll take that 17.
All right, so you find some books on repairing spelljammers.
Nice.
Yep, you don't find anything on the specific models, a tradesman and a man of war, but you do find some books on repairing spelljammers, which will make the task somewhat easier. So here's what we're going to do as you begin working on these ships. It's going to take some time, and how much time it takes depends on how you roll, but we're going to do 3 intelligence checks per ship.
Okay.
If someone can roll a carpentry tools check and succeed on that, then they can give you advantage on these 3 checks.
Wouldn't that be Ensna?
It could be Ansna. It needs to be someone who's proficient with carpentry tools, which I think is actually Tara. Didn't you take
I'm proficient with cartographer's tools.
cartographer's tools? Okay. You would need someone who's proficient with carpentry tools. Well, I guess they could roll the check even without proficiency and try to use the tools.
Would that be a strength check?
I'm gonna call that... I would let you use that as a strength check or an intelligence check.
I mean, either Coral or Mama Sass, they both have the same. Well, she's got a good intelligence. Coral's got a good intelligence. Mama Sass has a good strength. So
Tara can also do a strength check for carpentry tools
Okay.
without proficiency.
But tonight, I think you're probably just focusing on research. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Well, not me, but
not
yeah.
you, but Zartok. Yeah. Zartok is focused on research. He's reading these books on Spelljammer repairs, and you can get started on the actual work tomorrow. And I assume you're going to sleep back at the ship. Is anyone going to use the stasis chamber? Zartok, you could use it.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. I was going to say you tend to not to like it, but you're surrounded by
for
people who
good
could...
reason, really.
Yes, for good reason. But you're surrounded by people who could wake you up. All right. Does anybody else want to use the stasis chamber?
No, I'm going to sleep in the hold where my Pegasus sleeps.
So Zartok, that night you go to bed in the Spelljammer, sleeping on the ship. You go to bed, and as soon as you lay down, you feel the bed drop away beneath you, and you're falling, but it doesn't last long. You land in the bed with a thump and bounce a couple feet in the air. Looking around, you see that you are inside a dilapidated cottage with a large iron cauldron in the middle of the room. A familiar figure is stirring something.
Welcome back, dearie. You look exhausted, poor thing. What have you been doing? I've been getting more prayers than usual lately, and I have not been able to keep an eye on you as much as I would like. You've also gone places that cannot be penetrated by my gaze, which probably means you have spoken with those stuck-up, snot-nosed beauties on the mountain. Am I correct?
Yep, we paid them a visit.
Well?
Well, there's one of the jars in their room. Is that still there? Can you tell?
She claps her hands.
Wonderful, Ducky. That's wonderful. Excellent work. I'm so pleased. I can't do anything with it until they're all in place, but that's a good start.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, but where are my manners? Please, have a seat. Soup? Tea?
No, thanks.
She pulls a ladle out of the cauldron and spoons something lumpy into a bowl, raising an eyebrow at you.
Is that the soup or the tea?
Yeah,
That's the soup. You think you might see something moving in the soup.
Nice.
Ugh.
Yeah, protein. No, I'll pass on that. Thank you though.
So, have you made a decision about those other wonderful jars that I gave you? I can't really do anything with them until they're all in place around the crystal sphere.
Yeah, I understand that part, but hey, so one of my companions says that she thinks that you tried to kill her.
What? What do you mean?
Yeah, she says that her fate thread was almost cut, or attempted to be cut. You know anything about it?
Wait, what do you say? Who said this?
This is Coral. She's the fiery-headed one.
Right, yes. The Genasi. Oh, dearie, it does sound like Coral saw something that mortals are not meant to see. And the penalty for that is death. I don't remember that at all, though. Wait a moment.
And she goes to the door of the cottage and opens it, and then shouts out into the darkness.
Hecuba, do you remember when the mortals visited us? Yes, the tasty-looking ones. But you think they're all tasty-looking. Were you me that evening, or were you Galinthia? No, I don't remember either. That's why I'm asking. I'm not getting snippy. Ah, yes, Galinthia. There you are. Yes. Thank you. That clears it up.
And she closes the door and looks at you, grinning with a mouthful of yellow teeth.
Well, there you go.
Wait, are you multiple people? Wait, I completely misunderstood what's going on.
Don't you see? That wasn't me that evening, and it was Galinthia. I was Hecuba that night, and Hecuba was Galinthia.
How does this work?
I can't really talk anymore about what Coral saw either. It's not meant for mortal eyes or ears, dearie. And you are so much more useful to me alive.
So, which one of you are we setting up the jars for then?
Well, for me.
Okay. I don't quite get it, but that's okay. I don't have to
Well, we
understand
take
everything.
turns, you see. It gets boring being the same all the time. But I'm me most of the time.
Okay. What are they gods too? Are you like a triangle? How does that work?
I suppose you could think of it that way.
That's neat.
I do wonder how your Genasi friend survived, though. She must have had some kind of divine protection.
Yeah, we've made friends.
Good for her. Lucky her, then. She would do well to forget what happened altogether and count herself lucky.
Okay, I don't think that she'll like that, but I'll pass on that message. How can we know that your other version of yourself won't kill us?
Whatever?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you can't, dearie. But I assure you, you're very useful to me. I've given them instructions not to harm you when you're out doing your things around the world, and frankly, they're really not very interested.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
They're not as interested as I am in what's going on outside our little campfire light.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, trust me, I understand what it's like to have a team that doesn't agree with you and does different stuff. So, okay, that's good. That's good to know. I'll pass on your message, but I'll try to spruce it up a bit as best I can.
I will offer you my personal promise that as long as you stay away from this wonderful home that I've built here, you shouldn't be in any danger from any of us.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll see what I can do. I mean, I definitely need the rest of those folks to be alive in order to pull this off.
Certainly.
Don't be cutting threads.
Everyone's thread is cut someday, dearie.
True. Yeah. How many strands are left of mine? I've been really close several times.
Oh, that would be telling. You really ought to begin practicing those prayers, my little gosling. You'll need to be good at it if this plan works. I would hate for you to end up like those wizards and sorcerers who suddenly find that their spells have stopped working. Of course, I'll try to get the word out before I activate all the jars, but not everyone pays attention, especially the academic sorts.
What's this? What are you supposed to do? How do you do it?
Well, you've done it before, dear. You don't remember?
It was not very good.
But it was something. Just practice.
Okay.
Just make a sincere, devoted expression of your appreciation for all that I could do for you.
Okay, got it. I think I can do that.
You're doing all right, dear. You seem tired.
Well, I was asleep. Hey, so why is it that you're getting more prayers?
Well, I don't know, but things seem to be moving in the world. Things are happening, and when that happens, people turn to the gods.
People pray. Yeah, got it. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. If you get me out of this dream trap, I'll... How do you do this anyway? This
Yes,
is pretty
of course,
cool.
little dear. I should let you get some rest. Here's a friendly warning. You've made some powerful enemies, and though you don't seem to be trying hard to find them, they are definitely trying to find you.
That's not disconcerting at all.
And you wake up in your bed on your ship.
Oh boy, somebody soiled this bed. I wonder who did that.
So everyone goes to sleep.
Before I go to sleep, I did want to have a conversation with Sylphonia.
Oh boy. Okay. Here we go.
All right, are you ready, Jessica?
Sure.
While I'm laying on her stomach, I'll sit up. Sil,
Yes.
so last time I asked you a question and you responded with the answer I wanted to hear. But I'll ask again, and I promise I'm not doing anything. I'm not using magic whatsoever to, you don't have to answer this question with what I want to hear. Just tell me how you feel. Am I it's enslaving you? Am I forcing you to do acts of heroism with me and being my friend? But you're not really any of those things. And I'm forcing you to do things. Because I don't want to do that to you. If I am.
Asta, darling, I don't think that you are enslaving me at all. I am happy to be here. I just love being with you. And if that's what it takes, you bringing me here is what it takes to be with you, then I am happy to do it.
I'm going to insight check my own magical summon. Does it sound sincere? Or is there some lies in there? Is her little horse eye twitching?
You can roll an insight check.
That is a 29.
29. As far as you can tell, she seems sincere, although I should say, if she was magically compelled to be sincere, then she would sound sincere.
Oh, God. This stupid spell. Well, I promise you, Sylphonia, once we've taken care of all of these creatures, I promise you, I will let you return.
But then I wouldn't be with you, Asta.
I know, but
And I would hate to leave you alone. Also, I think my accent might have changed, but I'm not entirely certain.
I think
Sounds
sounds
good.
good.
You got
Sounds
it.
you got it.
Okay, well, I could give you breaks. I could dispel the spell. It just costs me some magical energy to bring you back so you can fly.
Asta, and am I not performing the way? Am I not doing a good enough job for you?
No, don't ask me that question. No, you are the greatest Pegasus that has ever flown the skies. And I promise you, Symphonia, one day our images will be in books and they will be sung about and they will know the tale of Symphonia and her daring deeds with her noble friend Aster as they fought evil and saved lives. At least I'll try to make that a reality.
I don't need it to be all about me. I want to be just part of your story. Asta, I love being able to help you do all the wonderful things that you do.
Shh. Okay. Well, I'll consider your responses to me. Symphonia then, so then I have your attention. I know it's late. I got into maybe my first major fight with one of my comrades.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and this one was one of my dearest comrades. I've been with her the longest. There were some feelings in the past, and I've moved past those. I was, maybe I'm self-imposing myself. I've just, I call her captain all the time, and I feel like maybe I was her quartermaster or something on the ship, and, quartermasters give advice to their captains. And I tried talking with her about a situation and it didn't turn out the way I thought. Or maybe I should have thought it would turn out that way. Because, there's a lot of emotions going on with that doppelganger thing you helped me resolve.
That was heroin, Asta. That was heroin.
What would you do, Syl, to try to apologize, yet you don't regret the things you said, but you are sorry they ended the way they ended? What would be the best way to tackle a situation like that? How do I apologize, even though I agree with the things I said, but I respect her stance as my captain and as my friend?
Asta, I feel like the best option is always just to be honest and to tell it just like you told me. I'm sure that she will understand and respect you for giving your opinion and standing up to her if it's necessary.
Sure. I mean, she's not wrong. We have to protect our friends. I just, I know what it's like to get angry. And Billy Bourbon Durbin starts flailing off and the situation gets out of hand. I don't want us to feel like we're imposing or the bad guys of the story. I don't know. Maybe that's just a childish fantasy of mine. And I have to be realistic. And that's why Tara's the captain.
Asta, I feel like you're trying to please everyone. And while I think
I'm an
that
entertainer.
you are excellent at pleasing everyone, but it's not always going to work. So sometimes you just got to be a bad guy. But I know that you do it with the best of intentions.
Oh my God. You are amazing, Symphonia. You just gave me a revelation. I take things, but I give back things. Equivalent exchange. I need to do what I do when I procure items in my daily life. I give kindness, but not at all times. It's a reciprocal balance of yin and yang, equivalent exchange in my personal life. I see what you're putting down. I'll make sure that I take that with me.
Excellent. I'm so proud of you, Asta.
All right, Symphonia, you actually made me feel a lot better. Well, you have a good night. I'm really glad you're my friend.
Oh, I'm happy as well, Asta. Make sure you get a good night's sleep. I don't like seeing you tired.
Alrighty. Good night, friend.
Good night.
I cuddle with her.
Only in this campaign could we find a moral quandary in summoning celestial companions. And also, the poor listener can't see what I can only describe as conversation karate that Chris does. Does everybody else see this? It's like hand chopping in the air.
Just a bit of Italian in my body coming out.
Chris is a very physical talker.
Yes.
Yeah, people have to be, because I'm a little klutzy, so people have to be
That's a stand back.
stand back because I might karate chop
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed it as much as in that one. I think I don't know what it was about this particular one, but it was.
Just because he's lower, so you see his arms more.
Oh,
Yeah.
before the hands were off screen. Oh, okay.
You guys are silly.
We are?
Yeah, I walked into that.
I want everyone to take a short rest,
Mm,
not a long rest.
my spells are gone.
A short rest. So use hit dice, restore short rest abilities like Bardic Inspiration. Take a short rest.
I don't like this.
I don't like this at all.
Unless anyone was using the stasis chamber, in which case they can have a long rest.
Nope.
But nobody was.
Wait, how does this apply to? Because I got levels, and I've already applied the levels.
You can apply the levels, and you get your extra hit points, and you get your extra spells, but the spells you already used are still gone.
Okay.
Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody follow that?
Which is sad for Coral, but okay.
Yes, I don't think I leveled up. So. No, I think only Coral leveled up, right?
Coral and Mama Sass both leveled up.
And Mama Sass didn't use any. Oh, she used maybe a spell? I can't remember.
Maybe, but it won't like it. Oh, nope.
No?
She
Okay.
didn't.
Oh, I tried to use D&D Beyond to apply my hit die, but it didn't do it. So I got to roll.
Yeah,
all
you're
my
gonna
hit
have to
die,
roll it
'cause I'm
manually.
very low, and I desperately need it.
Both of my people were not low, particularly.
Oh,
Mama Sass is down like 4, so.
we were.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
rolling.
All right, what are you doing to us, Mike? I think that's the main question.
It's nothing good.
No.
You're going to have to wait and find out until. I'll wait until your short rests are finished.
Also, can I just say that I took a feat for Coral, and
Cool.
her HP is now 1 lower than Mama Sass's.
Oh, wow. Did you take toughness?
No, I took a Resilient
Oh, okay.
for Constitution, which gave me 1 more point in Constitution, which gave me the
Oh,
bump
I
nice.
see.
to the next level. So
Nice. What else does Resilient get you?
I'm now proficient in Constitution saves, so it probably won't come up a lot, but I really just wanted the bumped
Oh, but
Constitution.
when it comes up, it's good to have that.
Yeah.
I'm rolling my HP because I also leveled.
Ah.
I didn't do good.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I should probably just take the regular one. But I rolled a 4.
4 plus your Constitution, or 4 including your Constitution bonus?
I rolled a 4 plus my Constitution.
Okay. Wow, that's not terrible.
No, that's not bad. Well, you have a D12, don't you?
No, D10.
It's a D10.
Okay. Still less than half. It's not ideal.
Oh man, I am so low on spells. This is gonna be so fun and deadly. I assume.
No, Mike wouldn't do that to us.
The highest level spell I have is I have 1 third level spell left.
Oh,
Oh,
you're worse off than me. Holy Lord in heaven.
I've got a lot of lower levels, but
Oh,
I have no high levels.
I got 4 spells left. I gotta use them correctly.
But on the plus side, short rest does give me my
wild shapes.
wild shapes back.
Are we being woken in the middle of the night or something, Mike?
Can't wait to
Well,
find
we'll
out.
find out in a moment when everyone tells me that they're done with their short
I
rests.
can't wait.
I'm done on my end.
I'm rolling 60 10s right now to quickly get some of my hit points back.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. I used literally all my hit die. We're good. But I'm back at full.
Nice.
Tara, you are awakened in the middle of the night by Braille frantically shaking you awake. Captain Dane, it's Braille, one of the guards. The village
Yes,
is under
yes.
attack.
But by what?
No.
There are flying ships like yours, and you've got to come help.
This is not good.
Oh, okay.
She runs back to the front door of the building and out into the night, leaving the door open. And now that the door is open and you're awake, you think you can hear some distant screaming.
I
boy.
don't have any way to contact the others. Should I go? I
Wait,
can
you be a bird? Can you go fly to them?
I can do better than that.
Whatever you can do.
Okay, I got it.
What's Coral doing?
Coral's going to turn into an air elemental,
Ooh, cool.
which has a flying speed of 90 feet.
Okay.
That's nice.
So I can go 180 feet a turn and move through real small spaces.
All right. That means that you should be able to travel that distance, the mile-long distance down the passage in 29 rounds.
Oh,
Lord.
And
what
that's
is happening?
Assuming you
That's-
don't have to travel straight down to get to it first. But I'm going to say that you can take some shortcuts and not worry about having to go down first. In fact, I'll say that you could just float outside
Up and over.
and seep through the cracks down into the port. I'm assuming Zartok closed the port after landing the ship. It has a lid that closes over the top of it that ships can go in and out.
Yeah, I can't imagine why it would leave it open.
Right.
So
Yeah. So I'm going to say that you can, and instead of saying you have to go down and then over and it will take you, 40 turns or something, I'm going to say it would just take you the 29 turns. Okay? 29 rounds to get there.
Okay.
Uh-huh. At incredible speed, Coral turns into an air elemental and quickly begins floating in that direction. Tara, what do you want to do?
Tara is going to follow the way that Braille came and see if maybe she can just follow Braille.
Yeah, so you follow Braille out into the courtyard of the fortress. The moon is casting its light across the fortress, and you run to the main gate. Braille and another guard are standing here in the shadow of the gate, looking down into the village below. Hanging over the village square is a large sailing ship, a galleon. From the deck of the ship, you see a large ballista and a large trebuchet traversing back and forth. There's also a light ballista on the prow, pointed at the village square below. In the village square is a group of armed men, and they have surrounded a group of World 83 refugees and garden gnomes. All the gnomes have turned into statues, and the humans, elves, and halflings are standing, sitting, and lying down. A single dwarf is sprawled across the cobblestones.
No.
You hear a voice booming from one of the armed men.
Come on, heroes. We're waiting for you. If you ain't coming, we'll just take our prizes and be going.
And we'll find out what happens next time.
No.
Anybody have any questions about anything before we start?
This isn't a question, more of a statement for the audience since we're now recording. Chris has a chair.
Oh, yes.
Ah, yes.
Chris has a
He
chair.
has a chair. He is not sitting on the edge of a bed anymore. He looks much more comfortable. We can only see him from his nose up, but you know what? It's more important that he be comfortable.
Maybe I can get. This chair is very old, so let me see if I can lift it a little bit more.
it's the best part of his face anyway.
Oh nope, that went down instead.
Oh,
of
that
up.
went the other direction.
Oh, this thing, now it won't go up. Okay, is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better. All right. I mean, it's okay. We don't have to see your face as long as we can hear your mellifluous tones.
But I've been told the only good part about me is my smile. Everything else is terrible.
That's a lie. It's a lie.
Earlier when Jessica said harrowing as Symphonia, I heard heroin and I
Yeah.
was like, what is going on in this conversation?
You know, it's what Symphonia does. She encourages you to do all kinds of things.
We're having an after-school special right now.
I wasn't really sure how to do harrowing in a southern accent, so it did.
I think you got it, but it just, I heard heroin.
Yeah.
You rocked it, man.
Thank you.
All right, since this might be bad, should I take a bio break too?
We're going to do a bio break in just a bit here.
Oh gosh,
dear. That makes it even
that makes me
scarier.
extra nervous, like holding in all my bio and.
This is so bad. I'm going to give you time to think about it. So our clock on the pirates hit whatever number was it had.
Not yet.
No, that's not it.
The action clock has not gotten to 6 yet.
Oh my God, this isn't the action clock.
Oh, my bios. Oh,
All right, so bio break, and we'll come back in a moment.
Oh boy.
Curse you, Mike.
All right. Oh boy.
Curse you.
You evil man.